Feel good about this spot right here.
Today I will be filming a day in my life about building DOBE. So I figured it was important as I grow this to be able to share some of the knowledge that I'm learning so that if anybody wants to follow in my footsteps, then they can. I think the first thing that I need to address though, especially since this is going to be really my first YouTube video, is I think I need to explain what DOBE is and how it operates. So we're going to be doing that next. So what is DOBE? DOBE is the Department of Business Efficiency. I had this idea a little over a year ago. Actually, exactly a year ago, I started DOBE. I made my first website for it and got it up and running. At that time, AI was fairly new. It's not nearly what it is today. And basically the whole goal of it was to make businesses more efficient. What kind of spurred this is every job that I have worked, there's been inefficiencies, and it's always been something that bothered me. And I've been a sales guy for quite a while, and so I would put systems into place to help streamline the process. And I actually had a buddy that told me I was really good at doing this and wanted me to help him with his company. So I helped him with his company, automated it a little bit, and realized I kind of had a knack for this, and that's probably what I should be doing. I should be automating businesses because I enjoyed it. I was a good sales guy, but I wasn't a great sales guy. I enjoyed talking to people like that, but I felt like I wasn't bettering their lives in the way that I could otherwise. So I decided to start the Department of Business Efficiency. The reason I named it DOBE was because Doge was pretty hot and heavy at the same time. The Department of Government Efficiency, if you know, you know, with Elon. So I started DOBE and didn't really know what it was going to turn out to be. And I soon realized it's a lot more difficult. I knew how to use it and apply it to my own company and to my own things that I was doing, but I didn't know how to do it to other businesses yet. So the first 4 to 5 months were really spent just learning AI, learning how it worked. Since again, it was just such a new thing. People were using it as a chatbot, and I saw it as so much more even in the early days, which is why I went all in on this company. I was taking cybersecurity courses to make sure that I was safe. So I got cybersecurity certs. I was learning about machine learning, how AI actually works, the weights, how large language models interact, why data is so important, how data runs everything, how to manipulate data, how to keep data safe, hallucinations, just everything that has to do with AI. I was learning it. By about 4 months in, I was fairly comfortable and started to dabble in actually creating. And so I started creating websites. Again, that's a natural first path. And that's what I started pitching. And I figured pitching websites was good. Maybe I'll just create websites. And again, I enjoy creating websites, but I don't love creating websites. And I didn't want to do something that everybody else was doing. So I would use websites to fund learning more about AI and diving deeper into what I originally wanted DOBE to be, which was about efficiency, the Department of Business Efficiency. I felt like I was ahead of the curve on pretty much anything. I started making websites, and then vibe coding became a thing, and everybody else started making websites. And so I branched and I went to automations. I wanted to start streamlining processes within businesses. And then automations, AI automation agencies became a thing. I felt like people just kept chasing me wherever I was going. So there was a period of time where I didn't know if websites was going to be the route. I didn't know if automation was going to be the route. I didn't know where it was going to go. I just knew that I needed to follow along this path. So after the websites, I start doing automation. I learned N8N, I learned Make, enough to be dangerous, but not enough to be perfect, right? I'm getting good at it. And then MCP comes along, which is Model Context Protocol for those that don't know. So I start figuring out how can I start tying stuff together. And I think, okay, maybe automation isn't the path. Maybe making apps is. Now that I can tie into different things with these MCPs, maybe I should make an app. And then again, here comes the crowd. Everybody starts making apps. Vibe coding gets hit even harder. Now it's not just vibe coding websites, it's vibe coding apps. So I'm learning more about how things integrate, and then integrations start to become more normalized in your large language models. Claude starts getting integrations, and then who was next? I think ChatGPT was next, and then Grok and Gemini, everybody starts following suit with native integrations. And I didn't want DOBE to be one of those things that one update from an AI company was going to wipe out my whole business. I stopped focusing on websites, automation, apps, and pivoted as soon as OpenClaw came along because I saw the potential and I knew this is where I wanted to be at. So OpenClaw, what it is, Agentic AI, takes over your computer, can do all kinds of crazy things. So I learned as much as I can about OpenClaw, and I like it. I buy a laptop, a dedicated laptop, because I didn't want a Mac Mini because I wanted to be able to make it more portable. And I just like the idea of a laptop. So I bought a laptop, set up OpenClaw on it. It was good, but it wasn't great. I didn't love it just because I think the main thing I wanted OpenClaw for was really remote access, which I knew at some point the large language models were going to come along and they were going to add remote access to their things. So OpenClaw was great, but it wasn't the path I wanted to take. But I was like, you know, with these MacBooks, there's something there. They're really good devices. Everybody wants a MacBook and I want to build on them. So at this point, CLIs start to become really big, command line interfaces after OpenClaw. And each large language model starts coming out with their own CLI, which is essentially OpenClaw, but is more native. And so I set it up on my MacBook, took OpenClaw off of it. So I've been using Grok Build and Codex kind of interchangeably, Claude Code as well. I've been using all of them. And with every single update that came out, I realized that I was switching and having to set up new workspaces for everything. And it was annoying me. So I decided MacBook is where I really wanted to focus. I wanted to set up a workspace that was scalable and able to pivot to whatever CLI I wanted to use, whatever large language model I wanted to use, whether I wanted to use cloud or whether I wanted to use local AI. And that's what I'm going to be building long term. That's what I build for businesses. And so basically where I'm at now, I am selling it to businesses, and I've already done it for a couple, which is why I know it works and it's repeatable. Is I set up their MacBook, I put all of their tools and everything into one screen so that they control all the tools that are already existing in their business, and then have it self-learn and continue to keep learning and updating itself. And the more that we learn about the business, we're able to start putting automations in. So my tagline is one Mac, one screen, one AI employee. And that is what DOBE has become, and that is what it's going to continue to grow as. It proved itself. And it's to the point where I can really start to scale and sell right now. And so that's what we're going to be working on today. All right, right now I am cold calling. I've called 5 people so far. Nobody has answered. This is my first time pitching my AI MacBook via cold call to people. So I'm kind of nervous. My palms are a little sweaty. I don't know why. I used to do this all the time. I guess not all the time. I was more of a door-to-door guy myself when I was selling. So that's what we're doing. Call 5 people. No answers on any of them. No idea how this is going to go, honestly. So we'll keep it rolling. Hello? Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. Is around?
He is not. Could I take a message for him?
Yeah, if you would. So, my name's Tanner, and hello?
Hi, this is how can I help you?
Yes, I was just looking. Is around?
Yeah, she might be. She might be on the other line, but I can see if he's on the see if he's on the other line. Can I ask who's calling?
Yeah, this is Tanner with DOBE.
Okay. Yep, hold on just a moment.
How you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Good, man. Can't complain. Wow. Reception has been awesome. 16 minutes and I've got 2 possiblies. What have I been doing? All right, we'll call one more, then I'll probably call it a day. We'll see. Hey, is this
No, this is his son.
Okay, hello, son.
Hello.
My name's Tanner, and I was
Okay.
calling because I got a quick question for you. So,
What's up?
I build AI MacBooks. All right, now that I've cold called for a little bit, learned some things to do and some things not to do, I've been invited to go fishing. And that's the whole reason I'm building this company, is so I can take advantage of things that I love to do, like fishing, like hunting. Oh, man. My dog just landed on my other dog. Where are they? There they are. That's Cabo and Osa. Anyways, so I'm going to be going fishing right now, and that's how I'm going to finish out the night, because the whole point of AI is to get rid of the things that you want taken off of your plate, the things that you want on your plate. And one of the things I've had to learn as I'm building this business is that I can't push off the things I want to do now for later because I'm building the business, because that's the whole point of it. I can't say no to the things that I want to be doing in the future right now, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go fishing for the rest of the night, and I'll be back later.
That's Sam. Everybody say hi, Sam. Feel good about this spot right here. It's a decent fish. Look at that thing, dude. Look how pretty this is. That's a pretty fish.
Dang. It's a good fish. Nice. Sweet.
That should look good.
That's a good fish, dude.
It's pretty, man.